Well, the thunder just booming here in the downtown area as a cluster of thunderstorms works its way into Metro Baton Rouge. Have been pulsing winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour, frequent lightning, and also the occasional heavy downpour. As we zoom in kind of locally, one little band of showers kind of falling apart here over St. James Parish, but southern extent of this cluster very hefty right now, making its way through Prairieville, Dutchtown into St. Gabriel, then White Castle, Plaquemine, kind of making its way into your location as well. For the heart of Baton Rouge, things moving out of Livingston Parish and through Baton Rouge along the I-1210 corridor. Now things progressing through LSU's campus, Gardere, heading towards Bruley and Addis. And then you can see the extent here of the thunderstorm cluster over Watson beginning to settle down. So things beginning to fall apart over Livingston Parish, but we've got additional showers and storms behind that here in St. Helena Parish working their way down towards the southwest. So Greensburg right now getting hammered by a hefty thunderstorm, and then another developing cluster here around Wilkinson County and then west and East Feliciana Parish. This near Jackson right now with this cluster of showers and storms just towards our north. They're drifting down towards the southwest. So areas around St. Francisville, Wakefield, Laurel Hill, keep your eyes out for some of these showers and storms that move through. Rain cooled air though made its way through Hammond towards Gonzales and Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge right now in the 70s, as is Lafayette in the 70s. Outside of where we've seen the rain, Homa 90, Lake Charles 91. So the hot temperatures were once again with us for today. We'll start to fall down into the 70s and then eventually into the upper 60s for the morning start for many locations, and that is right where we should be this time of year. Average low 69. That's exactly where we're going to be for Baton Rouge. We'll record that temperature right for that morning bus stop. So kids still just need the short sleeves, the water, and the sunscreen. Prepare for a hot day, because as we get towards the afternoon and the afternoon dismissal, we've got those daytime highs once again climbing into the low 90s. Change over from today to tomorrow. Zeroed out rain chances through the day. An influx of drier air is going to start to work its way in. That's going to keep rain at bay. So daytime highs expected to reach the low 90s across our viewing area when we should be 88 this time of year. Thankful we're not anywhere near the 98-degree temperature we felt on the date set back in 2018. So not quite record territory, but certainly warmer than normal. And that trend continues as we continue with this prolonged period of dry weather that we've been seeing. It's been kind of dealing with scattered showers and thunderstorms the last few days, but we're even cutting that off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and really even into the beginning of next week, Sunday and Monday. We start to see a changeover though as we go into the middle of next week, with Tuesday and Wednesday dealing with some scattered showers and storms. So we're going to be tracking that next. Let's give you a first alert to what we're going to be tracking next. We call it cutoff low. It's going to be bringing a wetter forecast to us, it looks like, for the middle of next week. This is a snapshot of the European model for Wednesday. Notice the flow around the area of low pressure. So we're talking about counterclockwise circulation, but that counterclockwise circulation is going to start to pump in some moisture off the Gulf, and that's going to allow for showers and thunderstorms to start to erupt as we see that daytime heating. So the low pressure actually gets separated from the jet stream and essentially stalls. It gets cut off from the jet stream, hence where it gets its name. Unsettled weather by the middle of next week, kind of starting Tuesday, handing over into Wednesday and maybe even Thursday. Uncertainty remains though on how strong or heavy the storms could get. So that's one thing we'll kind of fine tune as we get a little bit closer. Out in the tropics, this is Tropical Storm Gabrielle. Behind that, we've got two more waves that are going to be emerging or moving off of Africa already. Those just given though a 20% chance of possible development. Gabrielle could be headed towards Bermuda, but not expected to impact any land area here in the U.S. So dry weather as we make our way into the weekend, staying dry through the weekend, even with a 10% mention of rain on Sunday. Wouldn't worry about that, but high temperatures may be flirting with the mid-90s by Saturday and Sunday. First day of fall arrives on Monday. Not going to be feeling much like it with a high of 92, but we may get a little bit of a cooling as